Hey everybody, Travis here at mudcreek.com. Today going to do a review of the Mountain House sweet and sour pork with rice pouch. This is one of the 2 servings or 2.5 serving pouches, so the entree meals. This is 6.10 ounces, so that gives you an idea of what the pack weight is. Let me go ahead and give you the dimensions while I'm at it. I honestly haven't had this one, so this is going to be a new experience for me. This is 8 inches by 9.5 inches by, about 2 inches. It's pretty typical. You can kind of scrunch it down. One thing you can do, I know I've said this in other videos, but if you take a pouch, put your pack, lay it down like that, and you just stagger them like that, as you stack them in there, maybe wrap them up with either some kind of strap or a band, that'll help conserve on some space. So, these are great for backpacking. They're not just for backpacking though. You can obviously use them just in, a camping trip. Scouts, Boy Scouts can use these. They're a great, easy meal. They're hot, especially on a cold winter camp out. The other thing is that, they're just really easy to carry and easy to prepare. I take these hunting and fishing, just in the outdoors a lot of times. I'll just take them with me because it makes a good hot meal. And it's real easy to prepare, so I don't mind throwing this together real quick and throwing some water in a pot and get it going. So to me, it's not too bad to do. So let's go ahead and take a look at how many grams of protein that are in there. There's 13 grams. If you look at the nutritional facts here, if we take a look on the back, you can see all the details here. Calories are 280 calories, so it's 2.5 servings, so 2.5 times 280. And that'll give you an idea of how many total calories there are here. In a lot of ways, it's really easy to be able to eat this on one sitting, especially if you're hiking or backpacking, because you're trying to replenish some calories, so keep that in mind. Calories from fat is 45. Total fat's 5 grams. Total carbohydrates is 47 grams. Protein is 13 grams. Ingredients, there's sweet and sour pork, cooked pork, essentially. It's obviously got rice in it. And it's kind of a pineapple and light syrup, so it should be a very typical sweet and sour pork, something probably similar to what my wife makes. This contains milk, anchovy, wheat, and soy, so that's something different. I didn't realize it had anchovy in it, so I don't imagine that being something odd or anything. I think it's just to add some flavor, so we'll see what that tastes like. Easy to prepare, so it has all you're going to do is you're going to take out the oxygen absorber. We're going to carefully boil 2 cups of water. It's pretty typical. And then we are going to go ahead and do 8 to 9 minutes to let it stand. So we'll go ahead and get this going and see what we've got. We'll get some water going here, and we'll get it fired up. I'm going to go ahead and throw a cloth down just because if I don't, it seems like I like to spill. So we'll add some water to this and get it going. Real easy thing if you're out on the trails, just to use one of these little camp stoves like this. You can also do a fire and things like that as well, but if you just add water to this, it's real easy to do. So you get the general idea, but we'll get this going here and then we'll take a look at it and see what we've got. So we'll let what I'll do is I'll take a break here in a minute and we'll let this water boil, and then I'll come back and show you how we prepare it, and then we'll take another break just to let it sit, so that way you don't have to watch it. I'll be back in a minute. Alright, so the water just got done boiling. We're going to go ahead and dump the water inside the pouch here. We'll open the pouch up first, obviously. So you just tear along that. There's a little indent right there. Just tear along that. Usually it'll tear right off. Sometimes you got to start on this side and tear toward it and kind of meet in the middle. It's basically like a Ziploc pouch, which is really nice. One thing I forgot to mention, by the way, is just shelf life on these. By the way, this is the oxygen absorber. This helps improve the shelf life. But so the shelf life on these anymore, they don't even write an expiration date on there. They just put a manufacture date. So this was manufactured June 15, 2013. It's usually right here on the side. They have a 7 to 10 year shelf life. Well, it used to be 7 years, excuse me. Now it's 10 years according to Mountain House's website. And so, that's pretty cool. They say that it can easily probably go 15 years, but they've had some that are up to 30 years old, and they haven't had any issues. So, it's something kind of cool. And, it's just something that I think is pretty neat. They'll last that long, so these make great food storage or prepper items. you know, if you're going to get them. So it's, you know, if you buy them, don't feel like you got to eat them in a year. You know, you can have them in your storage for quite a while. And, you know, the stuff we ship, for example, you know, it's probably within a year that's been manufactured, just depending on the lot we get from Mountain House. So, you know, we don't sell stuff that's, you know, super old or anything like that. So we'll be confident in that. But let's go ahead and dump this in. And I'll show you real quick what it looks like, you know. Just looking at it, dry, it doesn't look too bad, you know. I don't see anything too crazy in there off the top of my head. And like I said, I'm kind of curious about the anchovies. I don't think it's going to have a bad taste, but I am kind of curious about that. So if I had one reservation, that would probably be it, just because I've never been, you know, not that I've really eaten a lot of anchovies, but that was always the joke growing up, that you never wanted to have anchovies on your pizza. So we'll go ahead and dump that in there. As you can see, the rice right now hasn't really expanded yet, and we'll come back. Looks like, you know, we got some vegetables in there and things like that, so we'll see what it tastes like. You know, hopefully it tastes pretty good. But stir it up pretty good and let that sit for 8 to 9 minutes, and that's all you need to do. So we'll let that sit for 8 to 9 minutes, and we'll be back and show you what we've got. Alright, we're back. We've let that sit for about 8 to 9 minutes, so we're going to go ahead and take a look at it. Let's open up the bag here and let's see what the contents look like. So, you know, obviously that rice is picked up a lot of that moisture. It's not as liquid as it was. Let's go ahead and dump this into a bowl. And I'm going to get a little close up here of the bowl so you can actually see it. So we're going to dump that in. And we'll stir it up a little bit here. You know, most of the heavy stuff, like the meat and stuff like that, it's going to be on the bottom there. So let's go ahead and take a look. Alright, so there's definitely some pineapple in there. Like I said, I'm a little kind of curious about these anchovies. You know, it's pretty low on the ingredients list here, so I can't imagine it being much at all. You know, it has like soy sauce and things like that in it. So I wouldn't stress too much about it. As far as the vegetables, there's green peppers. There's a little vinegar in there as well, just so you know. Onions, red peppers. So those are kind of going to be the main ingredients. There's some pineapple in there. It's going to give it a little flavor to some of that sweetness. So, like I said, I don't know what the anchovies are all about, but let's give this a try here. So, you know, there's a good chunk there. It looks like it's got a pineapple on there too. A little bit of everything on it. You know, doesn't taste bad at all. It's got chunks of pork in there, so I think I may have said chicken earlier, but that's actually pork. Just trying the pork itself. Yeah, you know, it tastes really good. You know, it doesn't have big chunks. I mean, that's one criticism. I think they mainly do that because that's going to make the freeze drying process a little easier to do. Make sure that it actually freeze dries all the way through. It's going to make the rehydrating process a little bit better as well, I think. So, one thing to think about. I think it tastes pretty good. You know, I like sweet and sour pork and stuff like that. But, you know, I'm not typically, you know, a huge fan of it all mixed together like this is. But it doesn't taste bad. You know, I don't taste a lot of the pepper in there. Do get a little bit of the pineapple. I don't taste any anchovy whatsoever, so I don't think that's a concern. I'm not exactly sure what that's for, but you know, it might be a deal breaker if you actually, you know, have some huge thing against it. But to me, it tastes really good, especially for an oriental thing. I definitely throw this in my pack as kind of just something to mix it up and add a little variety to, especially like a longer backpacking trip. Is this in my top 3, you know, or even top 5? Probably not, but it doesn't taste bad. I think it tastes pretty good to me. I would eat this. You know, I definitely throw this in my food storage and things like that. Like I said, it's not my #1 pick. There's just some other ones I like better, but you know, I don't have any qualms against this at all, and it tastes pretty good to me. It's got some good flavor to it. It's not too, I don't like too much sauce like on my rice and things like that. So to me, it's not too saucy, which I like. And it tastes really good. So hopefully this review was beneficial for you. Hopefully you got a little idea what the sweet and sour pork with rice freeze-dried meal looks like. and hopefully I was able to describe some of the taste to you. But yeah, it tastes very typical, sweet and sour, you know, like a sweet and sour rice with some pork and some vegetables and things like that. It's not real heavy in vegetables or anything like that, but it's still going to give you that nutrition, those calories that you need to keep going. So come check us out at muddcreek.com. You can click the link down below, and we'll probably have a link in the video as well. We do sell these by the case and also, you know, just by the pouch. So you can do a variety and buy some different flavors there, or do it however you like. So hope you enjoyed the review, and appreciate you coming and check us out.